Thank you all for being here today for the official opening ribbon cutting of this gym behind us called Nonie's Place. We appreciate everybody who's here. It's more people than maybe we even anticipated. It's fantastic. I want to take just a quick minute to recognize a few people here this morning. Starting with, you never say the most important, but the name behind us is because of a particular family. So I want to thank Jane and Pete Lauder for being here today. Sarah Ryan, Sable, thank you for being here today. And all of the extended family members of the Kugelman family. Thank you all for being here today. This doesn't exist without the Kugelman Family Foundation. I want to thank Representative Michelle Salzman for being here today. Thank you. Janice Gilley from Senator Broxton's office, thank you for being here. All the other members of the Covenant Care executive team, and we're kind of spread out here. But thank you for being here. Thank you for the support for Nonie's Place that you showed throughout this process. Dr. Rodney Gutman, back in the corner, chairman of the Covenant Care board. Joe Boyles, who is here, is chairman of the Covenant Care Foundation board, and all of our Covenant Care board members and foundation members. I know you don't have name tags on, but I promise you, they are so important to the work that we do. If you find somebody and you talk to them and they're a board member, give them a shout out for supporting what we do. Every single one of you. I want to thank. There's so many of you sitting here, standing here, inside probably still, that are donors to this process. We can't do it alone. Thank you to the donors. We also are probably a third of the people here are from community agencies that are going to be partners of ours in referral for children. That is so critical for us. It's so important for us. And I thank all of you who are here from any of the community agencies. It's the way we live at Nonie's Place. And finally, the Covenant Care Foundation team, my little team, for making this place come to life. I appreciate all of you each day. So thanks all for being here. I will tell you, we have been working on this place for quite a while. If you've driven down Palafox, you've seen the work happening. But this has been a work in progress for the last 40 years. And I say that because that's when Covenant Care was founded in Pensacola as a nonprofit, providing hospice care, now providing palliative care and home care, home health care. It's out of those services that Nonie's Place was born. It's out of those services that the services to take care of families is natural. When you're talking about a hospice situation, and 70% of those situations have children somewhere around, whether it's a grandmother, a grandfather, a brother, or sister that might be passing away. It doesn't matter, they're children. And for over 40 years, we've cared for those individuals. We cared for the families. It's your families, it's your neighbors, it's your friends. And so we thank you for asking us to be part of your lives. It's natural that we now are opening Nonie's Place as our place where we can pull together all of those services that we've provided for children. One-on-one counseling, group therapy, parent support, all those places that they can come here today. Some of you have walked through already. When you have, or when you do, I want you to see what we actually created. It's a place that's supposed to be comfortable. It's a place that's supposed to be caring for any age child and their parents. So go inside, feel comfortable, and see what we've done. It is what Covenant Care does. We're experts at this. It comes out of our history. And we're passionate about providing grief support to children in need. If you just look at Escambia, Santa Rosa counties, and you look at over 7,000 children that are expected to lose their parent before the age of 18, there's too much for any one individual or organization to take care of. So there's a group of organizations in town that can do this together, and we are a critical piece of bridging that gap between pure just support and the more formal mental health setting. We provide counseling, we provide true therapy, and it's all done here on site by licensed clinicians like Elizabeth Wright, who's here somewhere and is the director of our children's program services. So inside our places for support groups, they're meant for places to heal together. We don't do this together. I thank all of you who have stepped up. There are some names on the walls inside. There are also some blank spots on that wall inside. Anybody else needs a name out there? You've shared your stories when you've come in. You've not just given your donation. You've shared your stories, and you've shared what has drawn you to be part of the fabric that makes this. We have heard some unbelievable personal stories when people have walked through here and started to help us. I thank all of you for doing that. A very good friend of Covenant Care, a longtime friend of Covenant Care, and some of you stepped up and supported us this year. Senator Doug Broxton office for helping secure some state funding that will ensure our program. And Representative Michelle Broxton, if I can get you to come up here for us.
Okay, I'll be wrong.
She has been.
It's okay.
Yeah. Oh, Michelle Salzman. I thought Michelle Broxton. No rumors. Michelle Salzman. Representative Michelle Salzman. not only a good friend of Covenant Care, a longtime friend of Covenant Care, and someone that is a fantastic leader for our communities in Northwest Florida, Pensacola area, and it needs to stay that. So please welcome Representative Michelle Salzman.
Thank you. I think that's cute. It's okay. It's almost like you graduate if you get a Broxton name, right? So first of all, I'd like to say I don't sweat, so sorry for y'all. I'm good to go. But thank you for that. Don't let them see you sweat. I'm good. I thank you for having me today. Thank you for coming out. I didn't know it was going to be 1,000 people. I thought it was just going to be like 10 or 15. Usually a ribbon cutting. I went to a ribbon cutting yesterday, and there were like 5 people. Now the pictures made it look really cool, but if you were there, you're like, there's only a couple of people here. Are we sure we're in the right place? But honestly, I just want to say thank you to everybody who supported this project. It was Jane's vision, her family's vision, that inspired me when I was asked to come here and do a tour of this building that didn't look anything like this when I came here. I said, who's in charge? Like, where did you get this? How did this happen? Because I always want to know where things come from. I don't want to be associated with anything that it doesn't touch my heart. And as soon as they said Jane Lauder, I was like, oh, never mind, just whatever you need. Like, whatever I can do to help you. And to the point where we got Andrea, a good friend of mine, to come in and try to step up and make sure that the funding got appropriated through the process. It's not an easy task. We have thousands of bills and requests filed every year, and there's only so much money we have to hand out. Now, it does help that I am the vice chair of healthcare appropriations. So, I mean, when this is this is a healthcare bill. So, but you have the other chamber, you have the governor's desk. It's a lot to get through, but I just knew it was going to happen. When you have the right people in place, you know what's going to happen. So I'm not going to keep you. I don't have a lot of things to add that Jane isn't going to already add. But I will say, if you have not given, then you need to give, you know, whatever's meaningful to you. Maybe it's $10, maybe it's $10,000, but this building here, it's a symbol. It symbolizes a lot. I also would like to thank Chip Simmons. I don't think anybody's mentioned him yet. His people, that's right. His people are the very first people that kids will see. When we talk about grieving children, when we talk about grieving families from loss, when the police roll up because of the 911 call, his deputies are in there, in that room with those children, with those loved ones, trying to keep the peace, trying to keep everything calm and make sure everybody can make it through that moment. And I personally have been there when my family passed away and the deputies have came, and they are always so incredible. And Chip makes sure that they are incredible. He teaches them how to be compassionate and take care of people, not just keep us safe. So I don't want it to go without mentioning that Chip is here and his team are the people, the first people on the scene. That memory that you have of that loved one passing away typically starts with the moment you found out. And a lot of times that's with the deputies of the sheriff's department. So a huge kudos to them for just being so incredible. Please give them a round of applause. And then Covenant Care for their wraparound services. I was just on the phone with Gabe, the CEO of HCA, earlier before I walked in the building. We were talking about access to mental health care because I'm about to go brief ACA. And one of the things we were saying was the importance of places like Nonie's place where you have that wraparound care so we can provide that follow-up for these children and families. So thank you for supporting this cause. Thank you for letting me be a champion. And now who are we introducing next? Oh, Jane. Jane. Oh, I love you, Jane. So Jane says there's no podium. I said, I'll be your podium. I'll do whatever you need. Because she has this beautiful speech written. And I'm going to tell you, it is going to be meaningful to her because this is, I'll let you tell the story. I was about to tell the story, but this is a very meaningful thing for her. And from the heart, I guarantee you that you're just going to be touched by her story. So without further ado, Jane Lauder. I need a much bigger applause than that. It ain't that hot.
Yeah. So I wrote something just because I wanted to make sure everybody here today knew where this came from and what this was about for us. But I'm so honored to stand here today. I stand before you to speak a little bit about my grandmother, Jane Kogeman, and how this name came to be. When we heard about this amazing facility, we knew it was something we wanted to be a part of. She was known to most of you as Jane Kugman, but to her grandchildren, she was affectionately known as Nonie. She was the beacon of love to everyone she met, but to us, her love was unconditional, unwavering, and everlasting. Her legacy not only shaped the lives of my own family, but she continues to inspire us all to make a difference in the lives of children in our community today. She suffered the tragic loss of her father at a young age, and his death resulted in immense grief and sadness. It left her a void as a child that could never be filled. She carried an array of emotions that were difficult for her to understand. Her journey as a young girl had a huge impact on her life, but it also taught her the importance of not suppressing your emotions and how seeking support and counseling can help grieve and heal effectively. She personally understood that children who suffered trauma and loss carried those heavy burdens that impacted their well-being. With Nonie's Place, the hope is to honor her with providing these much-needed services to our community. It is dedicated to helping children and families navigate this difficult process of grieving and healing, one that she knew very well. The love of my grandmother's legacy has become an emotion that I continue to carry forward in our community. I strive to emulate her resilience, her kindness, and everything she was in my own life today, while also teaching that to my children. Her gift of kindness should inspire us all to be better, to love unconditionally, and to nurture the bonds we are building in our community to make it better for everyone. Thank you so much to Covenant Care, the Covenant Board, specifically Aaron West, Christy, Saffold, and Angela. Your continued hard work and passion is truly admirable. Watching your team make this dream a reality for so many will forever be a motivation of what happens when you put your goodness out there. My hope is that Nonie's Place will continue to demonstrate the positive impact that we can have when we prioritize mental health and well-being to our most vulnerable. Together, we are helping create a community filled with love and healing and thrive, and that is a legacy we should all hope to leave behind. Thank you so much.
So, thank you for your goodness. Thank you to all the Kugel family, the extended family, and Sable. Take this. I know you're talking about, but real quick, listen. Sable, take this as a lesson to be learned in the way you do really good stuff in your community. We want you to be here and helping with these kids when they come in. Okay. Thank you all for doing this. I hope that after or before you've walked through our place, you've seen a place that's been created from the ground up. This was a blank slate. It was an ugly slate. But it's been created from the ground up. It's a peaceful place for children of all ages. It's a space that has places to be creative. It has places to be sad. It has places to be very, very happy. And every single place that's in here is a place to heal. So now, we're about to get out of the sun. It is time to cut the ribbon, open the doors, officially turn Nonie's Place over to children and families. So we're going to do a ribbon cutting up to, as I call you, if you'll come up real quick. I've got a few people call up with Jane, Pete, Waters, the Ryans, the rest of the Kugelman family come up first, and we're going to have you stand in the shade. How about somewhere right in the shade here? Could I have Rodney Gutman, who's chair of the Covenant Care Board, come up with us, and any board member who's also in attendance? I know there are a few here. The Covenant Care Executive Team, if you'll join us up here. Joe Boyles, who's the Foundation Chair, if you'll join us up here. And there are lots of our Foundation board members. Please join us up here as well. And finally, the Covenant Care Foundation staff and the Children's Program staff, if you will all join us here. We'll do a ribbon cutting. We'll do some applause, some pictures, and then let's eat a little bit more and have some water.
Okay, right here? Okay.